Hey guys, here are 5 bad habits to avoid when singing. Number 1, screaming. There are correct ways to safely create that scream sounding belt for a more raw and gritty sounding vocal. However, screaming through your voice box alone will create tension in your neck and strain your vocals. Prepare yourself for the correct scream effect by breathing and using your diaphragm to do the hard work and create the volume required for those powerful rock sounding vocals. Number 2, compulsively clearing your throat. This is a nervous habit, one people tend to do prior to singing in public. I always used to do this myself, and it is something that you can convince yourself you've got something in your throat, and when you go to sing, your voice is going to crack. But repeatedly doing it is putting pressure on your voice, potentially making it sore or damaging it. So the best way to clear your voice, clear your throat, is to drink lukewarm water and gargle prior to singing. Number 3, talking too much before and during gigs and breaks. When you do a live performance and you want to get the audience engaged, you can be tempted to speak a lot in between songs, or perhaps in the break time if you feel like an audience member or some of the audience members have really engaged with your music and they might want to have a chat with you, they might want to get to know you, know where you've come from. People are always interested in musicians and you do want to be polite, but remember, that is your gig break for a reason. You are going to have to rest your voice at some point, particularly if you've had a long set where you've been having to sing continuously. Another thing that we can always feel awkward about is if we have friends and family come to watch us perform, and again, you want to speak to them in the break. Try to remind yourself and politely say to other people that you just need to have a little bit of quiet time to preserve your voice for your next set or for future gigs. Tip number 4. Ice cold water. If ever you go to perform and you ask for a glass of water, more often than not, people will put ice in it. But this is no good for your vocals. Think about it. Whenever we go to sing, we're always encouraged to warm up our voice. So by drinking ice cold water, it's naturally going to cool your voice down. It's a bit of a shock to your vocals, and what you want to do is to make sure that your voice is really nice and warmed up, smooth, ready to go. So ask for your drink without ice, ask for your water lukewarm would be preferable, or you can always bring your own bottle of water with you and then you'll know for sure. Tip number 5, drinking fizzy drinks and alcohol. Fizzy drinks. This one is pretty self-explanatory. When you drink a fizzy drink, what do you often do? Burp. And you don't want to burp while you're singing. It can be very off-putting when you know you need to burp and you're waiting for an opportunity to do it quietly away from the microphone. The solution? Avoid fizzy drinks altogether. Normally fizzy drinks are sugary as well. Anything sugary that you drink can clog your voice box. This goes for chocolatey drinks, so milkshakes and dairy should be avoided. Alcohol is one that does divide opinion. A lot of people think that if they have an alcoholic beverage, whiskey, vodka, rum, it will help their voice somehow and make them sing better. This is not true. Alcohol dries your voice box out. Where people get confused is alcohol does relax you. So it might take away those nerves, which potentially could ruin your performance, but it is counterproductive because alcohol will dry your voice out. Stick to water, that's the safest bet, lukewarm water. Those pre-performance nerves can be combated by deep breathing, and the more you perform, the more confident you'll get. Try to avoid the alcoholic beverages where possible. I hope those were helpful. I'm Sophie on vocals from the Murphy School of Music.